Hi, I am Lois, your friend for forgiveness from Walking Without Skin, and I use the acronym SMILE to describe what I do. I'm a speaker, a mentor, an inspirer, a learning facilitator, and an empowering coach. But today I am representing Motivate magazine. That's Motivate magazine. It's an online and hard copy business magazine. Do get hold of this inspiring publication by visiting motivatemagazine.com. And today I have the pleasure of talking to Stef Garside, who was the editor's choice in episode 10 of the publication. Hi, Stef.
Hi there, Lois.
Thank you so much for being here today.
So thank you for having me.
Great. Stef wrote an article and the heading said, "Craving acknowledgement but feeling like a fraud." Why would you feel like a fraud?
Well, with this article in particular, it was it's quite funny. I've just been kind of thinking over it before the interview about how actually when my friend was offered this award, or I'm trying to think of my words, when my friend basically found out she'd been put forward for this award, I thought it was fantastic, and I decided to go along and applaud her in getting her award. And it was only when suddenly I was nominated that I started to wonder the legitimacy of it. So it goes to say a lot about sort of self-confidence and self-belief, I think, and that's where the feeling like a fraud bit comes from.
But if you were acknowledged and recognized, why would you feel a fraud?
Well, basically, I think we're always comparing ourselves to other people. And in the fitness industry, especially, I'm just Stef, somebody from Wales who got into fitness back in 2012 after serving in the military. And there's a lot of people out there who we kind of see as like pop stars in the fitness industry. And I don't feel like enough people kind of see me to feel like I would ever sort of be put forward for such a thing. And hence the other part of the title, Craving Acknowledgement. It's obviously we all want to be told we've done a good job, and such a accolade is kind of something that's very hard to come by. So yeah, it's a strange one.
Well, why do we, and I don't mean in any kind of category or any area of life or business, why do we crave acknowledgement? Why is it so important to get that recognition?
I think it's just nice to know that you're making a difference for people. You're doing a good job, because I say to my clients on a regular basis, if you think I'm rubbish at what I do, then tell me and I'll look for something else to do, because I just want to help people get results, change their lives for the better. And if I'm no good at that, then I don't want them to spend their money with me.
What is it that you do?
I'm a personal trainer. I help ladies predominantly drop body fat, improve their fitness levels, and change their habits so that things are improved lifelong, rather than just these quick fixes and these faddy products where they get a quick result, which then is reversed when they go back to their old habits.
So it's changing mindsets, changing habits, changing ways of life.
Yes, definitely. Just tweaking things though, rather than overhauling, because everybody wants the perfect body, everybody wants to be healthy and fit, but we don't want to bulldoze what we do. We do what we do for a reason. That's because we enjoy it. So nobody wants to come along and have somebody just give them a one size fits all. It would be very easy to do so. But nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be told, right, you can't eat any of the stuff you want anymore. You need to eat this because this is what's good for you, and that's rubbish.
So have you won any awards in your field of fitness?
Only this one.
And what was the award?
What was it? I can't remember the name of it. I'm just glancing to my article now. It was Fitness Professional of the Year, North England in 2020, 2021. I've actually had an email from them this week, I think it was yesterday, to ask if I want to be in the running again this year. So more confidently this time, I said, yes, please.
I've lost you. Have you ever won awards in other areas of your life?
I don't think so. No. I've won medals. I've done races. I've done running races, things like that. So I've had medals for the whole taking part. So I think this is probably why I've kind of wanted to be put forward for the award in the first place, and why I've gone forward again, because like we said, it's nice to have acknowledgement for doing a good job. And those opportunities don't come up very often, as it's kind of becoming abundantly clear from the lack of them in the past.
So you speak in the article about what you consider to be a reward. So what are your rewards?
My rewards are more about what I help people achieve. So helping people sort of drop the body fat, feel better about themselves, and just have a better quality of life. I've just come from my chair-based exercise class that I do with some local ladies, where it's about just getting the body moving, stretching out the sore bits, and just being able to go into the day, and actually socializing as well, and going into the day just feeling that little bit better, that bit more upbeat. So it's just about improving people's lives. And some of the things that I sometimes think are maybe not such a big thing are actually quite a big thing for a lot of people. So like the ladies this morning, just coming along and getting out of the house is a massive thing for them, especially this time of year. It's getting darker earlier on in the evenings, and people don't want to go out. So actually getting out, seeing friends and having a bit of a giggle can make all the difference to somebody's day.
So share some of the acknowledgements and compliments you've received from clients.
Well, I mentioned a few in the article. So things like personal training clients telling me that it's funny things like, since I started working on my pelvic floor, I don't need to get up 6 times in the night to go for a wee anymore. And it's so that lady's getting a better quality of sleep because of what she's done in strengthening her pelvic floor. So it's kind of, again, not needing to go for a wee so frequently is something that maybe a lot of people go, oh, okay, but then actually it's a lot about confidence and how people feel about themselves as well. So one of my clients, one of the funny story about a lady who came on my transformation program, who she was a real doubter. She tried everything, and this is kind of about the carbon copy kind of the people that come on this program. Is they've tried everything, they've done all these faddy products, nothing works, and they're ready to throw the towel in and just give up and just accept they are where they are and not really work on the health anymore, just stay as. And one of my ladies, she'd been working with me for a long time, just coming to my classes and having a bit of fun on that side of things. And she decided to join the program, and she didn't believe it was doing anything because the tweaks we'd made were so minor to her lifestyle. And it was things like increasing her protein intake, just cutting down certain snacks that she was eating at certain times of the day that she really didn't need. And she said to me, for the first 4 weeks, because I wouldn't let her jump on the scales, that's one of the first important things, is not weighing yourself all the time obsessively. And all the way through to the 4-week point, it's not working, this isn't for me. She was ready to throw the towel in. She jumped on the scales at week 4 and she's lost 8 pounds. So, and then from then on, she was a lot more motivated. She had the confidence and she kept on pushing through and got to even better results by the end of the program.
Well, I think I need you to help me with my pelvic floor.
We can talk about that after this.
Stef, tell me, how do you feel when you get acknowledged like that, when you get the thanks from your clients?
It just restores my confidence in myself and makes me know that I'm in the right place doing the right thing. I was one of these people who always wondered what I was meant to do when I grew up, and still think I'm trying at the growing up side of things. And it's that thing of always wondering if you are where you're meant to be. But when I get comments like that and feedback like that, it gives me that pride in myself and that kind of reassurance and pat on the back. Actually, you are in the right place. Keep going. Don't give up at this, because this is making a difference.
That's fantastic. And how do you...
The recording of it.
How do you use the accolades that you get to promote yourself or your business?
Well, this one I put on the end of my emails just to say that I did win that award. And the award was based on feedback from my clients. So it wasn't kind of me telling them how good I am. It was me showing them previous feedback that I've received. And I think it's just one of those things that helps people kind of see that they are signing up with the right person. And it's that extra little thing. It basically enables me to help more people, where if nobody knows about me and if nobody has any confidence in me, then I have very little chance to help people and change their lives. Where the more people I can tell about me, then they can tell their friends and I can help them as well. So it's very much, it kind of instills confidence. It gives me a little bit of confidence as well to be able to say that I've won that award. And yeah, it's a little bit of, again, that little pat on the back.
So if we explore the benefits of awards a little bit more, you said it gives you confidence.
Give audio.
What are the other benefits?
The other benefits, as I say, it's just about people kind of seeing that it's kind of tried and tested. I'm not new to this game. I've been around a while now, and probably not a long while compared to a lot of people in the industry, but long enough to know what I'm talking about and be able to actually change people's lives and help them just have that better quality of life, do the things they want to do.
Also, I'm sure the benefits are it encourages you to continue.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an incentive to go after an award because it means you're the best. Yes,
yeah. I wish there were more opportunities, but maybe it's one of those things where once you've kind of been people have found out about you in one place, then it maybe spirals. But yeah, it's go on, sorry.
Do you work in person or virtually?
Both. It was all one-to-one. It was all in person prior to coronavirus, and to keep things running, I had to go completely online during the pandemic. And since then, it's been a mixed match of both. And I'm finding that works really well, because there's a lot of people who still don't really want to be out mingling too much, and they still really enjoy the online side of things. And it also makes it more flexible. So I've been able to give the people I'm working with more, give them more of their time back, as well as giving them more of my time. So they're not having to travel to a location to then do a class or a workout and then travel home, then make tea, all that sort of stuff. So it's cutting out a bit of dead time for them. And there's also the flexibility aspect, because obviously the digital side of things, they can tune in live or they can tune in after the fact. So at a time to suit them, maybe when the children are in bed and things are all a bit calmer at home. So they say it's really brought the fitness industry on by like a 10-year leap, because I toyed with online prior to coronavirus and didn't really know where to start. It was a little bit scary. I signed up to something which was for PT and people online, and kind of chickened out of ever putting any availability on there, because the face-to-face aspect as well it's important. People want that connection to actually see people in the flesh. It makes a massive difference to people's mental health as well, actually seeing somebody in person. Obviously on Zoom was good during the pandemic, but actually seeing somebody in the flesh, you can't really replace that.
In your article, you said, as an ex-serving soldier, you don't suffer fools gladly. Do you want to explain that expression?
Basically, I feel I've always had, I've got enough life experience to kind of see things that are not legitimate when they're coming. I used to be quite naive and wet behind the ears and kind of believe everything I heard and saw. And I think the military kind of sets you up and makes you a bit more well-rounded in that, and you learn a lot about the world and the people in it. So hence why I kind of, like we said, I saw this initially, this opportunity for this award, when they started asking for money for trophies and things like that. I sort of thought, hang on a minute, this might be a little bit dodgy. But again, I think in the article, I kind of said it doesn't really matter about that. But suffering fools gladly, I see, and I think as a business person as well, there's a lot of people out there who are keen to try and kind of get some money out of you, where in whichever way they can. And I think I see these things coming a mile off. It's the same with people who are not really interested in training, and they're kind of just trying to find out how much you charge, whether that's for their own benefit or just because they're a bit nosy. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I suppose everybody's trying to make money, and so if they can do good by giving an award and make some money out of it, why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly. And as I say, I personally at the time wasn't in a position to pay them any money for certificates or awards, but they still gave me the accolade and a small amount of coverage in their publication. And as I say, that was enough for me. Some people want the physical material items as well, and obviously these things cost money to create, don't they?
What advice would you give to people who are looking to enter some kind of a competition where they can get an award or recognition?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that one. I don't know. I don't enter a lot of competitions, but I think it's that having an open mind, because as I say, this one came to me. I didn't go looking for it. It turned up in my email box, and the name of the company just rung a bell when the friend said she'd been nominated for the award. But the opportunity came along and I thought, well, why not? So I applied for it open-mindedly. As I said in my article, I didn't expect to get an award, because I thought, well, personal trainers, we're 10 a penny, if you like. There's a lot of us around, and I have quite a small customer base. There's quite a lot of people around the UK who are working with a lot more customers. So there'll be more people out there to sing their praises. But I'd say keep an open mind. Obviously protect yourself, because if there is going to be a financial aspect to it, it's oh, sorry, the sun's dazzling me. I would say
at least you've got the sun. I had this incredible thunderstorm brewing this side.
A November problem that I wasn't expecting to have. Yeah, but it's about what you can afford. And for me, as I say, at the time, plunging hundreds of pounds, like the upper number, it was about £3,000 into coverage, which would probably be offset more than easily in somebody's marketing budget. But for me, that wasn't feasible. So it's just that whole having an open mind about any expectations of you through that process with this sort of award. But if you don't put yourself out there for the opportunity, then you're never going to be any the wiser. So I'd say go for it, and just, as I say, keep an open mind. Just protect yourself.
You and your friend both won awards?
Yes.
Were they the same award or different?
No, she's in a complete different field. She has a haberdashery shop.
So you weren't competing?
No, we weren't competing, no.
Any words of advice you would like to leave the listeners about your process of getting fit? Any first steps they should take?
Yes, you can come and have a look at my Instagram page, where I put advice out regularly about this. But something I just posted recently, it was the top 5 points, and the first one was the most important one. It was don't overcomplicate things. There's been so many things I've heard and read over the years which have made me sort of doubt myself and doubt what I'm doing in my own life. And I've had to kind of go back to basics and go, right, that's crazy. Because there's a lot of diets out there. The Mediterranean diet is the one specifically I have in mind with this example, because I heard about it on the radio and they were saying you shouldn't eat bananas. Bananas are terrible for you. You should only eat food, Mediterranean food, oily fish and things like that. And you shouldn't eat bananas. And I kind of went home, and banana is like a staple in my diet. I have one every day. And I went home like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't eat bananas. What should I do? And then I kind of had to give myself a bit of a shake and say, right, this is crazy. If you've got the choice of a banana or a Mars bar, obviously the banana is going to do you more good. So just don't overcomplicate things. Most people I work with and meet don't eat enough protein. So following an app like MyFitnessPal is always a good place to start to see what you're actually consuming protein wise, and not protein wise, nutrition wise, because it's quite easy to see. Sometimes even just writing down on a piece of paper what you eat for a day or so, you'll automatically see things in there that you think, oh, actually that's probably not doing me any good. So just by physically seeing what you're doing, you'll be able to assess and have a better idea, because a lot of us don't realize what we're doing. We kind of do it, we go into autopilot. I'll come in after the school run on an evening, go to the cupboard and start just looking for something sweet to nibble on. I'm not even realizing I'm doing so. And then when you start logging these things, you go, oh, okay, right, let's adjust that. And there can be some simple tweaks that can be made just through knowing what you're actually consuming.
It's so important, balance as well, and not depriving yourself of things, because when you deprive yourself, that's when you develop even greater cravings.
Yes, on my transformation program, that was one of the biggest points, is a lot of people put certain foods up on a pedestal, whether it's the glass of wine they like to drink, whether it's a bar of chocolate, whether it's things savory, things like crisps. And when I work with people, I say that nothing is out of bounds. No food deserves to be put up on that pedestal and sort of basically given more value than it deserves. All food is just energy. And if there's things you enjoy eating, you can have them. If it's in moderation, as long as you're getting all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that your body needs, then why not have a bar of chocolate, a glass of wine, whatever it is that is your kind of go-to. We only get one chance on this planet. We may as well enjoy ourselves and actually not suffer and kind of restrict ourselves for all of that time.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing your story and your belief systems. And I encourage everybody to get hold of you, to go and visit your Instagram page. What is it called?
I'm Fitties. If I give it, my website's probably the best place to go, because I can never remember the Instagram and Facebook handles, but it's Fitties. So the website is www.fit-ease.co.uk.
Okay, and everyone do go and visit that webpage, and please get hold of this magazine, Motivate Magazine. It really is a motivating publication and easy to find, easy to follow, some incredibly inspiring stories. So thank you very much for joining us, Steph. Thanks everyone for listening, and go well.
Thank you.